Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back. It is your boy KingTy up in here, and we got the rest of the Over the Rope Sports crew up in here with us on Zoom. We are back for another episode. How are you all today?
Whoop, whoop. You know it's a good day. It's a Friday. What is that?
Oh, yeah.
What is that?
Oh, what? It's
Bro,
all
what in the hell?
Marty Moore's the MVP of the Zoom calls.
All right. Okay.
Wait.
What? Where did it come from?
All right. Well, Marty Moore's here. P. Diddy's here. Jack Sauce is here. We got a special for you today. It is the 2020 NFL Offseason review. It's kind of early, but we're going to do some stuff anyways because there's a lot of stuff to cover. We're going to go ahead and cover the draft, talk about draft results, who we think was the team that came out of the draft with the highest bid, who won the draft. We are going to talk about the new coaches. There's 5 new coaches this year. We're going to talk about how we think they're going to fit on each team. We're going to talk about free agency signings, who got picked up by where, or who got re-signed, who got tagged, all that stuff. We are going
Everyone just fruit punch in there.
Oh my gosh. We're going to talk about the best available. We're going to talk about the best available remaining free agents, where we think they should go. We're going to talk about trades. There's been quite a handful of trades this season, some big ones, some big names. And then to end it off, we're going to go ahead and run down a little prediction, who we think is going to come on top of each division, and then who do we think is going to go to the Super Bowl. Way, way, way too early prediction. We're not going to do any rankings or anything like that just yet. We're going to save that for an episode later down the road. But with that being said, we are going to get this thing kicked off with the NFL draft. Now, as you know, draft the draft took place a couple weeks ago. It was like the end of April or around that time.
Very needed for the time.
Yeah,
just
definitely.
being
We were craving sports. It was a nice relief to everyone, and then now it's just full on nothing but NFL and a bunch of crazy stuff happening on the way with it. So of course, I'm going to go through by division. I'm just going to name the top players that came on each team, kind of some big names, and then how we think at the very end, or y'all can chime in whenever you want. And then at the very end, we'll talk about who we think really won the draft. So we're going to start off in the AFC East, boy Jack Sauce's favorite division.
5-5, baby. 5-5. We're going for even.
We'll start off with the Bills. The Bills did not have a first-round pick this year. They started in the second round and got them a pretty good defensive end in AJ Epinesa. I think that's
there you go. Yep, you got it.
From Iowa. A couple more big names that they picked up. They got Utah's running back in the third round, Zach Moss. They got Gabriel Davis from UCF. And then, of course, they got quarterback from Georgia, Jake Fromm. Kind of a shocker to people. No one really expected Jake Fromm to go to Buffalo of all teams, but he did. Thoughts on Buffalo's draft?
It's cold,
I think it's honestly just a very solid draft all around. They hit some of their main needs. I think they missed a couple of chances to get a little more of a line, like some guard positions. Their tackles are pretty solid, I think, and their center's pretty solid, but I think their guards are a little lackey, and they could have gone a little deeper in that. I think Fromm is a mistake for them. I think they already have a decent backup. I forget who it is, but I'm pretty sure it might be, it's always good to have a second backup, but Fromm always had some questions, and definitely for a 5th-round pick out of them, it's interesting. Maybe they could have waited to see who else would fall to them. But
the offensive line, they really did miss out because in the 6th round, when there's decent offensive linemen still on the board, they decided to take the kind of reach and select a kicker from Georgia Southern.
Hey, I understand completely, okay? I understand. Okay, we did it too. Okay, so I understand. I understand them.
So that was
Stop that. Stop that.
All right, we'll move on to the next big draft here, big draft pile. Miami Dolphins, of course, they got a big old pile of picks and things like that. In fact, they had 3 first-round picks. First-round pick, of course, was number 5, Tua oh God, I botched
Tua
it.
Tagovailoa, I believe. Yeah,
Say,
Tagovailoa.
man, this butcher. Tua Tagovailoa. Tua Tagovailoa. Just say it like that, man.
Yeah, because
You try.
they pronounce it on like ESPN and stuff. There's an N. They say an N, but there's no N in the actual name. So I always do not know how to pronounce it. So
I just literally sounded out Tagovailoa.
Tua Tagovailoa.
Tua Tagovailoa. Okay, boom. Tua Tagovailoa from Alabama quarterback. We all knew it was going to happen. Tank for Tua. Then the next first round pick they took tackle from USC, Austin Jackson. Then the next first round pick they took cornerback from Auburn, Noah Igbenogany.
They decided to go with every hard name in the draft this year.
Pretty much. And then, of course, there were some decent big names. They got defensive tackle Raekwon Davis from Alabama.
Very big.
They got Solomon Kingley. He's an interior offensive lineman from Georgia. Definitely a nice addition that they needed for a line. They got another defensive tackle, Jason Strobridge from UNC. Know all about him in that 7 overtime game with Virginia Tech.
Gave us hell.
Yeah. Then that's pretty much all the bigger names they did. Miami, they had a good draft, honestly. We knew they were gonna. They had a lot of picks. It's kind of hard not to mess this one up. They added what they needed. They got their quarterback. They got their future. They built their line. I think it was successful for them. How about y'all?
Yeah, I think it's an all-around, yet again, a successful draft for them. I think this is going to catapult them to having maybe a possibility of a better season. I'm curious about 2 positions for them, and that is the running back position. They did get, which we'll probably talk about later, David Johnson.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
So, that's a very huge pickup, but I just feel like with his production, sometimes he's a little bit of a question mark, and they just don't have anybody else to back up him, to give him that, a second effort. A lot of teams have a second, if not third option, nowadays at the running back position. And then my last one, I believe, is like other than, they drafted a good cornerback. I'm not sure if their cornerbacks are going to meld together as a chemistry group. A lot of them had a lot of problems in other positions with other people. And I'm going to be interested to see how they blend as chemistry because they got a lot of key additions. But
yeah,
it's going to be interesting to see how that defense compares this year, in my opinion.
While we're on the topic of the Dolphins, I'm just going to throw out the question. They got Tua first round. Does Tua start week 1, or do we see Ryan Fitzpatrick?
Yeah, no, you can't unless he is going out in preseason and during OTAs, if those even happen, anything like any training, anything like that. If he's going out there and just absolutely slinging it and showing off that he was that pick for a reason, I think Fitzy's probably going to take at least a couple games before, or maybe if not half.
Tua, 100%.
I could see it. I could see it happening. I could see him with the talent that he has.
Why wouldn't you? Why would you not?
For a first rounder, you expect him to be able to start immediately.
He was pick number 2, 3, 5, whatever.
Yep.
I mean, come on, you got to start that.
Yep. Definitely.
But especially now, see, I can understand why you would say no because yes, the Giants didn't with Daniel Jones, but that's a different situation with Eli. The Dolphins have Tua or Fitzpatrick.
Yeah,
I think his veterancy of a Fitzmagic would lead to him being okay with taking a seat behind Tua.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, either way, Fitzpatrick's getting his money. He don't care.
Yep.
That's very true. Harvard man, very smart, knows how to do it. Sneak in, get his money.
Yep. That's the Dolphins.
I'm a come in and out for if I need something to say.
Got you. You're all good, P. Diddy. He's popping in and out this episode. We'll be all good. Marty Mar, any comments on the Dolphins, or is it time to move on?
Well, the Dolphins finally did something where they could be 7-9.
Okay, wonderful.
They're gonna be
yeah,
second.
I can do that.
They're gonna,
Whoa, second.
Bills is gonna win a division,
We'll get to
and
that
the Dolphins will be second or third in the division.
Well, speaking of this division, here we go. This is the one that Jackson's been waiting for. New England Patriots.
You know, I really was hoping you just skim over us and go straight to the Jets.
Some big names. There's not a lot of big names.
Which is honestly what we're known for.
They got Kyle Duggar from Lenoir Rhine. He's a safety.
That D2, baby. That D2.
They got Josh Uche from Michigan. He's an edge, defensive edge.
Very needed.
They got
Up with the outside pressure.
Jennings from Alabama, which is not a bad.
Never wrong to take an Alabama backer at all.
Their tight end selections really shocked me, and it was actually a good haul. They got
Did not shock me. Very honest.
Devin Asiasi from UCLA, and then they got, of course, Virginia Tech native tight end Dalton Keene. He was selected in round 3, which I believe he was the 3rd tight end off the board, and that kind of shocked people.
Great pick.
Going out for Tech. Let's go.
Yes, sir. So 3rd tight end off the board, Dalton Keene kind of shocked a lot of people, especially with names like Hunter Bryant.
Honestly, if you paid attention to his combine and all, you should not be shocked by this pick. If anybody knew about him and saw his combine, you should not be shocked that he went this early.
I'm not shocked because I knew what kind of playing style he had, and I knew how well he did in the combine. It was just the namesake value and then how our season went. Because when Virginia Tech got beat, I'm going to say it straight up right here. When Virginia Tech got beat by UVA, it ruined all of our reputation for that season, and no one gave a shit about us. That was the end, honestly. It really was. Second that happened, it ruined our reputation for that season.
And then the fight against Kentucky.
But yeah, so Patriots, they had an all right draft. I mean, they picked up some names. Of course, they got the kicker. They got some tackles and linebackers, different things. Jackson, since you're the Patriots guy, I could care less about them. How do you feel?
I'm trying to find the right analogy for the draft. It's like
all I'm gonna say is it was Bill Belichick, and you never second guess anything he does.
That's a very good point, P. Diddy. It's kind of like you bake a cake and you let it sit overnight to make sure it doesn't fall over. And when you wake up in the morning, half the cake's fallen over. So
what house you live in?
It's a theory. It's a scenario. It's just a scenario.
Man, I eat the cake so it's come out the oven. What?
I mean, sometimes some cakes you have to let them sit. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is I think a lot of our draft was very solid. We needed some offensive line help that we got. The end spot was a good draft pick, but I feel like we could have done a little more to develop the line of our defense a little more. We're kind of getting agey on that side. So maybe another end, we did get an outside linebacker who can slide into that, but I'm not sure what his true position will be. At Alabama, he kind of played a mix of playing either down on the line or dropping back into coverage, which I like. I think Duger did a well job at his respective D2 college of not only being a good safety but filling the run. I'm just going to be interested, and like P. Diddy said, you really can't doubt what Belichick does.
Nope, can't doubt him. And with that being said, I got to move on because we got.
Welcome to the team, Dalton.
We're still on the AFC East. Dalton Keene, please hit me back up. I need an interview with you on this show.
Please.
Next.
I'd be happy to talk to you, buddy.
The Jets had a decent draft. Got some players. They took a tackle in the first round. Mekhi Becton from Louisville. Second round, they got Denzel Mims from Baylor, which was a wide receiver snag. Some other bigger names that's really popping out. They got LaMichael Perrine from Florida, the running back from Florida. They drafted a quarterback from FIU. And then, of course, they got Bryce Hall. And 5th round from UVA. They had a decent draft. They got some needs. Added some line help, which they needed. They added another receiver threat for old Sammy boy, and it was a decent draft for the Jets. Bryce Hall, he was argued as one of the best picks for day 3. A lot of hype behind him. Personally, I didn't see it too much, especially with the type of injury he had. His career really went down. Exactly. It made me laugh. All I heard in a Redskins group chat was draft Bryce Hall. Why the didn't we get Bryce Hall? Bryce Hall this, Bryce Hall that. Well, guess what? Bryce Hall. I'm sick of it. I don't care about Bryce Hall. I don't care about his bum-ass ankle. I don't care about his foot. I don't care about him running down the field, tripping over himself, and being out for another season.
They must thought he was D'Angelo Hall.
Just
because he got the last name Hall, doesn't mean he's gonna be D'Angelo.
Exactly. With that being said, like people hear the last name Hall. Is that what you're talking about, Shamar? Yeah. No one is living up to this man right here.
Oh, I thought that was the Kendall.
No, sir. This is the D Hall. This is the true Hall. This is the true Hall, okay? I don't know who the hell Bryce Hall is, but it sure as hell ain't no D Hall. Anyways, all right, so just give me your looks on the Jets real quick. Make it fast.
Solid draft. Could have gone a little more defensive yet again.
Got you. Marty Mar, any words, or do you not?
Nobody care about the Jets.
All right, yeah, that's pretty much.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
Yeah, that's true.
Could have used another receiver.
Let's just say no one cares about the Jets because we have the Giants. So.
All right. Well, speaking of, we're moving on into the NFC East. As you know, oh damn, what's going off?
There's a dog.
As you know,
this is called Quarantine Podcast.
3 out of the 4 of us are NFC.
Sorry for the dog. Sorry, I got his toy. That's what that thing comes. It's his toy, so he's getting that.
Oh, you with his toy? He was pissed.
He was not having it.
So, as you all know, 3 of the 4 of us here at OTR are NFC fans. Marty Moore, he likes the Eagles. P. Diddy, he likes the Giants. Myself, I like the Redskins. It's a nice little rivalry going on. And as much as we can sit here and talk about rivalries, we can all agree on one thing. No one likes the Cowboys. And, of course, the Dallas Cowboys went into the NFL draft this year and did a typical Jerry Jones move, what Jerry Jones always does, and shot completely out of the players that he does not need. Round 1, pick 17. Who does he take off the board? CeeDee Lamb from Oklahoma. He knew that Philadelphia was going to get him. He knew that Philadelphia had the opportunity. Did not need a receiver. Took him anyways. I hate you, Jerry Jones, so much. So freaking much. So much. Big name that they also took. They took Trayvon Diggs from Alabama, cornerback. They took Reggie Robinson from Tulsa. He's another cornerback. They took a quarterback in the 7th round.
JMU.
Ben DiNucci from JMU. I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce his last name. Don't know. But local talent.
Beast.
He's the reason why Noah Beckley – never mind.
Oh.
Hey, he's at Bridgewater. We love you, Beck.
We
got it. You got it. Number 1
Don't do that.
QB1.
That was our
QB1.
quarterback, man. He can't be doing that.
QB1. Got his rings.
He's still QB1. He's going to go to Bridgewater and tear him up. I'm gonna get him on the podcast. He's going to get an interview.
I want you.
You're
man.
going to get an interview. Respect.
The disrespect.
Nah,
If you're gonna take somebody down, take down the kid who quit after 7th grade. All right.
It's all respect. It's all respect. Love you, Beck. Anyways, once again, screw the Cowboys. That's all I gotta say. I don't give a shit about them. Moving on to the next team. If anybody else can comment, they can comment now. For
unbiased opinion, I think it was honestly a solid draft. I'm gonna be interested to see how some of their plays.
For sure, but
yeah. So on the draft, I'm not sure how they're gonna play out for old Jerry, but let's see how they fit in with the system.
Now I get to the New York Giants, and this is where I can just help myself from laughing. Once again, the New York Giants blow a first-round pick.
No, sir.
Piss off.
You were wrong.
Uh-oh.
You were completely wrong. You were completely wrong. Nobody. Nope. Stop. Right where you're at. He is.
Say stop one more time.
The best tackle. I promise you. The reason you want to know why we drafted him?
Why?
He was the best run blocker out of all of them. First of all, he's pro ready. He was more pro ready than any of them, and he can move between left tackle and right tackle.
Okay.
And Joe Judge wants a respectable team. And hey.
So needless to say, what you're saying is they
still don't give you. Wait a minute.
You can say whatever you want about him, but I promise you.
Shamar, they drafted a tackle. Listen, they drafted a tackle that is going to be turned into Chase Young's bitch for the entire season. So I'm okay.
Hey.
They could have got Daniel some help.
You can talk to me when you win a Super Bowl in this generation.
It's all good. It's all good.
Oh,
you can talk to me when you win a Super Bowl in this generation.
So other than Andrew Thomas,
you could talk to me when you win a Super Bowl in this generation.
They also got Xavier McKinney from Alabama, which is a
number one safety,
which is a very respectable pick. Some other bigger names. They got another tackle from Connecticut.
He'll be playing right tackle after Nate Solder gets out of here. Thank God.
Needs to go.
They got some inside linemen.
We got a center from Oregon, Shane Lemieux, whatever.
Yep. They had a decent draft when it comes to focusing on their line and a little bit on defense. I'll give it to them. Still F the Giants.
Hey, you can think whatever you want, but when you win, you can talk to me. You can talk when you win a Super Bowl.
I can deal with the Giants more than I can deal with the other two teams. So it's all right.
Marty, we stay out of this because we're also part of that team that has actually won a Super Bowl in this century, but we're leaving that.
Bro, I'm out of it because I only got one Super Bowl.
Time out.
I only got one, man. I'm out of it.
You can't talk, Jackson. You can't talk.
Oh, here we go.
You can't talk because if we're talking about the Giants, they're the team that owns you this decade, okay?
Jackson should have shut up.
Okay. There's only one team in the NFC East that hasn't beat the Patriots. That's y'all.
Oh,
that's y'all. In the NFC East that hasn't beat the Patriots.
Oh, man.
What do you mean? In the Super Bowl?
In a Super Bowl.
Oh, I don't give a shit about that.
Wouldn't even make it past this in the playoffs.
We wouldn't play you in the playoffs, you dumb son of a bitch. Y'all were in the AFC.
They're gonna be where. Oh man.
Anywho.
You wouldn't make it that far though. That's the thing. It's just the thing.
You should have kept it. You actually should have just kept your mouth shut. See, I was over here quiet. I was just doing the ad libs. Now that was the whole argument.
That's where I'm gonna push tomorrow.
Oh, here we go.
The only thing the Giants needed was a receiver, in my opinion. They just needed a couple more threats for Daniel.
A receiver. I'm not saying it was a good one or anything like that, but we did draft a couple of them. One of them 6'4" and one of them 6'7".
Okay, I did not say that.
We got some red zone threats.
That's good. Good. Philadelphia Eagles came out. First round, pick 21. Some decent receivers on the board still. And who do they go for? Jalen Reagor from TCU. I knew that was going to happen. Reagor was their guy.
Top 5, though.
He was their guy from the very beginning. I knew they were going to pick him. Biggest flaw in it was Justin Jefferson was still on the board, and I know a lot of Philly fans wanted him. But I figured that Jalen was going to go just because that was kind of Howie's and Doug's number one guy that they wanted the entire time. Then round 2, they went and took a quarterback in Jalen Hurts. That sure as hell shocked the Philly community. It was actually kind of funny watching them all pissed off, cussing and moaning and crying and throwing shit and fucking all F-bomb, burning jerseys and all of that stuff. But now Philadelphia has a quarterback lineup called Wentz Hurts. So it makes sense, you know.
Keep on, just keep on. I got something for you in the Redskins.
They also got some other decent players. Davion Taylor from Colorado, linebacker. They got Kayvon Wallace, a cornerback from Clemson. They got a nice offensive tackle in Jack Driscoll from Auburn. They got another receiver, John Hightower from Boise State. Another receiver from Southern Mississippi. Then they got another offensive tackle, Prince Tango Wanago from Auburn. And then they got an edge rush. Philadelphia, they had a good draft. I'm not even going to lie. They got some needs for sure. Got Wentz some wide receiver targets. Got a backup quarterback just in case, Wentz gets hurt. But it's okay. They got protection for him, so that's all that matters. Protection.
You keep on. I got something special for you.
Next up, Washington Redskins. Here we go. I'm gonna get my.
Hey.
I've done went off.
You remember the last time y'all was good?
When?
This was the last time y'all was good. The last time y'all was good. And you know
did they win the Super Bowl then?
He hurt. He got hurt.
Hey, did they win the Super Bowl then?
That's okay.
No, they ain't win no Super Bowl. They only make it to the playoffs 1 year.
That's okay. That's
the last time they've been to the playoffs.
That's okay. We're improving. We're making our way back up. We're changing the culture. It's fine.
With Ron Rivera, who chokes in the Super Bowl.
That's fine. We're changing the culture. That's fine. That's fine. See the vision. Anyways, Washington, I've already talked about our draft. We had a good draft. We got our needs. Of course, Chase Young. We got in round 3 of running back Antonio Gibson. It kind of was questioned why we get another running back, but he definitely fits Scott Turner's offense perfectly.
Hey, just running back get hurt. Camp.
Do what?
Nothing.
Then we got another offensive tackle, which probably was one of the most underrated offensive tackles in the whole draft, in Sadiq Charles from LSU. The reason why he got overlooked was character issues. The last time that happened, that dude's got a warrant out for him now. It's all good.
But y'all's running back worse than Wentz when he getting hurt. Every time he get hit, I'm hurt.
The reason DeAndre Baker went 30th overall, character issues.
And who's the number 1 coach in the league to fix a character issue? The coach that we got in Ron
Bill
Rivera.
Belichick.
Bill Belichick to fix character issues? Yeah,
no, we trap their souls. That's all we do. We trap their souls in the playbook.
Because he let Aaron Hernandez go out and smoke weed every day and mess up his brain, which ended up him. Yeah, I'm not getting there. I'm not going.
Hey, bro. Put some respect on Pete Carroll.
Hold on. You're telling me Ron Rivera is the number 1, but Cam Newton had all those.
Put some respect on Pete Carroll.
Pete Carroll's an idiot. He threw the ball on the 1-yard line.
I'm not talking about.
We ain't talking about that Super Bowl. I'm tired of you and the Patriots. Wait a minute.
We're not talking about coaching stars. We're talking about a coach that's going to fix character.
Cam Newton had character issues.
Yeah, Pete Carroll.
He still does.
Yes.
Pete Carroll.
And Ron Rivera puts players that has character issues. Ron Rivera sat around and dealt with Steve Smith for crying out loud.
Whoa. Ain't nobody better with character issues. Change the character than Andy Reid. Andy Reid. You ain't gonna disrespect Andy Reid either. You is not.
I'll give it to him. I'm giving it to him.
All right, you got a point. Anywho, we got some receivers and Antonio.
He did coach.
And then we got some defensive players. So we had a good draft. If you want to go hear me go into detail.
Look, bro. He wanted the curb stop. He wanted to pull a Seth Rollins on her, man. What can I do? You can't do nothing about that, man. He just want to pull us.
I said he coached Kareem Hunt.
Like what you look? He wanted to pull a Seth Rollins.
Hey, he also coached Tyreek Hill.
Oh, here we go again. He didn't put his hand on the kid, man.
Anyways,
he got the authority to whip his kid, man. He got the authority to do that.
Good draft from the Redskins.
Not to the point that he did it.
If you want to hear me go into depth about this draft, I do have a individual podcast with Owen. He's Redskins specialist from Cast the Blitz on Instagram.
Don't watch it. It ain't interesting.
On the 26th. So
don't watch it.
What?
If Marty Marr and P. Diddy ain't on it, it ain't interesting.
I give a shit about that. Y'all ain't listening. So if you're a Redskins fan and want to hear that, we got to keep this shit rolling. We're going too slow.
Jack's like, what?
Way too slow. So Texans draft.
I wasn't going to get you, Jackson. I was talking about NFC East only. I was talking about NFC East only.
Texans draft. They had I don't know. It was a pretty mid draft.
Yeah, mid as frick.
Not very many names pop out.
Mid as hell. That's what I can
other than John Reed from Penn State, and that was in the 4th round. Really, I mean, they're mid. Next, the Colts. The Colts had a great draft. I mean, a wonderful draft.
The Colts did something that I never thought they would do. I thought they were going to be screwed off from from the beginning. After they got Rivers, I was like, oh, they're setting up for something like, I don't know what, like for a rebuild or something like that, but it's not going to be good. But they hit the draft hard.
They went out and got Michael Pittman Jr., wide receiver from USC. Then they got Jonathan
Taylor. He's a baller.
He is an absolute baller. Nothing but respect for him.
Jonathan Taylor from Wisconsin.
Great baller as well. Great baller.
Jacob Eason.
A baller alert. Like literally after Phillip leaves and then you have to choose between Jacoby, him, that's going to be tough.
You better put Jacoby on that field. What's wrong with y'all?
Some key defensive players.
I don't hear about no Eason. I don't hear about no Eason.
Next up, Jaguars. Jaguars was another team that had a really good draft, honestly.
It's your mania, baby. That's the second team.
The top cornerback in the nation, C.J. Henderson from Florida. Then they got Kayvon Chasen from LSU.
He's good. Real good.
Then they got Laviska Shenault from Colorado.
Very underrated at the receiver position. My only question is he's a little undersized where he might fit in the system.
What?
He's a very underrated receiver.
He is underrated, but I think a little smaller.
Very good, very good. They got Davon Hamilton from Ohio State. Then they got a couple of offensive lineman type of people, some linebackers, some safeties. They had a decent draft.
Yeah, they filled out every position that they really needed, honestly.
Who's their quarterback now? Gardner still?
Yep. It's still my Minshew mania, baby. That boy.
Trash.
Running through Titans.
That's why Nick Foles is at the Chicago Bears right now.
Draft as
bro.
They drafted
Nick Foles, a Super Bowl MVP.
No one gives a shit about
Nick
nice. Foles. He's gonna sit there and compete with freaking Mitch Trubisky.
For a spot.
He ain't competing at all. He's got the starting job. We all know how Trubisky is trash.
And then
he's a UNC product.
Whoa! What you trying to say?
Nick, what I'm trying to say is Nick.
Is there another quarterback out there other than Mitch Trubisky from North Carolina?
No,
Nick Foles left Philadelphia.
He's not talking to you. He's talking to me.
No, I'm not talking about. I'm talking about the dude with that black ass Virginia Tech hat on. What you trying to say about some USC prospects, huh? What you trying to say?
Okay, we're not getting into this. I got to move on. We're taking.
I only got to say is Ryan Switzer is great. All right, let's move on.
What's wrong with you, man?
Tennessee Titans got a mid.
Are we talking about basketball or football, Shamar?
Tennessee Titans
in general.
They had a big draft. They really didn't get anybody big. They took Isaiah Wilson from Georgia.
They filled the spots they needed, but definitely. Yeah. I mean, they didn't have a lot of picks in the first place. They played it smart. Yeah, didn't need to change a lot.
Panthers had a nice draft.
All 7 defensive players.
They got all defensive players. Matt Rule obviously has a plan.
They honestly needed that on the defense.
Yeah,
they had a.
But like
they filled every other spot. They also I think they could have maybe had a little more offensive line help, maybe, but that was the biggest thing for them.
Or get a receiver.
Yeah, or a receiver as well. Definitely.
You got Tampa Bay. They had a pretty okay draft, honestly, a good draft. Filled out some needs that they definitely had to get covered, especially.
They got Brady. They got Brady, or protector.
Yep, they got Brady, his tackle. They got a nice safety and Antoine Winfield Jr. from Minnesota. They got
number two safety.
Sean Vaughn.
Yeah, he was underrated throughout, but just played amazing.
They got a nice another wide receiver, Tyler Johnson from Minnesota, Khalil Davis from Nebraska. Tampa Bay had a decent draft. Moving on next, the Atlanta Falcons.
Oh, did they
They,
draft?
they had a good draft.
Yeah, they got AJ Terrell from Clemson. Took some
Okay.
defensive interior. Kind of worked on their line a little bit, and then some more defensive help. Not too big.
Yeah, they had to get that defense up big time.
I was about to say, if they got the defense up, that might be better.
Oh, the Saints, Malcolm. Oh no.
The Saints.
Oh no.
The Saints. The fans that cry 24/7.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
They took a center, I believe is what he was.
Yep, Cesar Ruiz.
They took a linebacker. They took Adam Troutman from Dayton, which is the tight end, and they took another quarterback.
From Dayton?
Yeah.
The basketball school?
Hey, actually, he's a really good tight end.
I mean, hey, I'm not saying he isn't. I'm just.
Next up, Chargers. They had a good draft, interesting draft.
If they don't start Tyrod, I will riot.
Oh yeah, same. If they don't start Tyrod, I'm gonna be pissed.
Justin Herbert. Herbert.
I hate to say it. I hate to say it now. I've been thinking about it a lot, but it's very similar to the Tua situation. If you draft somebody that high, you better expect them to produce soon.
I think it's gonna be similar to the Cleveland Browns Baker Tyrod situation.
It's gonna be the same rookie agenda bullcrap that Tyrod gets stuck in every
year.
Well, I think it's gonna be more like the Baker Tyrod thing, where they let Tyrod start, and then if it has to,
Tyrod will start, and I think
I hope so.
The team.
Oh, he'll be good. He'll be fine.
So yeah, they got Justin Herbert, Kenneth Murray. He is a linebacker. They got Joe
Great player.
UVA. And then they got a steal in KJ Hill in the 7th round. They got targets for Tyrod, number one.
Well, they already had targets too.
Yeah, they already had targets. They got decent offense help with a nice running back in Joshua Kelly, kind of maybe a replacement.
Well, they still got Gordon, right? No, that's right. They got Eckler. They got Eckler.
Bronco.
And then they got some defensive help. So they're pretty good.
I forgot he didn't sound back with them.
So next up, Raiders had a good draft. It was all right, I guess. Henry Ruggs, which is a good pick. Get some wide receiver help. Damon Arnett. A lot of people were shocked they took him over some of the other cornerbacks on the board.
Oh yeah.
Lynn Bowden Jr. from Kentucky. Oh my God. I just read that name. PTSD.
He's gonna wash out in a year. Don't worry.
I had to pause here for a second. Just take a moment of silence. All right.
What?
Wait a minute. Everybody take a moment of silence. Everybody take a moment of silence. Everybody.
Kentucky.
No. I'm taking a moment of non-silence.
Oh, that
we all know about the running back that we got destroyed by that played quarterback. Wonderful.
This guy?
Yeah.
Fucking.
Anyways, so yeah, Raiders. After I read that,
he deserves it.
Broncos had a great draft.
Your kid's gonna be watching this show. What's wrong with you?
Good. I hope they do, because they're gonna be doing it right back to him.
It'll be all right. Broncos had a good draft. They got lots of wide receiver targets. Jerry Jeudy, KJ Hamler. They got some defensive help. Nice tight end. Honestly, I think they probably have one of the best drafts in the whole thing. Definitely somebody I'm going to keep in mind when I come in who won the draft. The Broncos kind of took over. Chiefs had a decent draft. They got a nice running back, which they needed, and Clyde Edwards-Helaire, which he definitely will.
He's going to be, if he can stay healthy, he's going to be great beside Mahomes.
Definitely. Nice. They got some decent defensive help and a little more protection on the line. They had a good draft. The Cardinals, they had a pretty good draft. Got linebacker Isaiah Clemens from Clemson. Isaiah Simmons.
Isaiah Simmons, he's a baller.
Yeah. Then they got some line help, and then some defensive assistants. Decent draft from Arizona for sure. The Rams, they kind of had a draft. They took Van Jefferson. That's kind of.
I'm fed up with them, bro. They treated him
biggest name.
Trash.
They took the running back. They took the Cam Akers.
Yeah, they took Cam Akers from Florida State.
It was really a kind of a mid.
Which I mean, hey, that's a good player to replace Gurley with.
Yeah. Then you got the Seahawks. Seahawks, they had a kind of draft as well. Worked on defense a lot. Got a couple of offensive helps, but nothing too big. Nothing too big. 49ers, they had a. I mean, it was honestly a good draft. Took a nice defensive lineman in Javon Kinlaw from South Carolina.
They needed that.
They got a nice wide receiver in Brandon Ayuk from Arizona State.
Another underrated receiver.
Yes.
Yeah.
Some offensive line help on top of the Trent Williams they got, which we'll talk about here in a little bit. Got a tight end and then got another wide receiver. So they had a offensive focus other than a first-round defensive lineman, which they really needed.
Yeah. After trading or no, did they trade him or let him go?
Who?
Armstrong, I think.
Oh, I'm not sure. I think
is that his name?
Let him go. I'm not 100%.
Jack Sauce, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Who? What?
Their D tackle. That went to
Forrest Buckner.
No, he went. Buckner. No, he's still with them. The other D tackle went to the Colts.
No, Buckner ain't with them no more. I think it was him.
No, Buckner's still there.
Anyways,
I think it's like Armstrong or something.
It's somebody. Bengals, of course, took Joe Burrow. They got T. Higgins. They got some defensive assistants. That's pretty much about it. They had an all right draft for what they got.
P. Diddy.
Good.
It was the Forrest Buckner to the Colts.
It was Buckner?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh.
Browns.
I thought it was the other one.
The Browns had honestly a pretty good draft for them. They got some offensive line help, some defensive help. I mean, they got offensive line Jedrick Wills from Alabama. Grant Delpit from LSU. Nice addition on. Of course, they got Harrison Bryant, tight end. Some good stuff from Cleveland. Probably still won't make too much.
They're still gonna suck.
Yeah. Pittsburgh, they had an all right draft. Chase Claypool from Notre Dame.
He's good. Real good.
Yep. Antoine Brooks Jr. from Maryland. They got nice defensive help, a couple of offensive players.
Speaking of Maryland, Tua's brother is going to Maryland.
Yep. Still not going to make a difference. They'll be dead.
I'm just saying.
His brother.
Just a little pitch in there.
Yeah.
Hey, ain't Josh Jackson still at Maryland?
Yes.
Yeah. He got hurt again.
He's trash anyways.
Trash.
Baltimore Ravens, they had a good draft of Patrick Queen. Added a running back in J.K. Dobbins.
Yeah, they got themselves a little speedy running back.
Yeah, and then got some nice interior offense.
That's what they needed, though.
Yeah, they had a good draft. Detroit Lions, they had an all right draft as well.
They're still gonna. Their draft isn't gonna really affect them either way.
Yeah, I mean
they've been in the rebuilding stage for God knows how long now.
Yeah.
Them Bengals and Burrow.
And I don't know what just happened, but my connection went out.
Them Bengals and Burrow.
You still here?
I'm talking about on my draft stuff. Well,
who was up next?
We were talking about the Lions. Anyways, Lions had a good draft. They got
Okuda. Yeah.
They got some decent help for their team.
Which they had to take Okuda after getting rid of Slay.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Who else is in that division? The Bears.
Yeah, they got Foles, and then who else did they take?
Nothing big.
Yeah, there's really nothing big. Other than that, I'm just gonna go ahead and wrap that up because they're done.
You ever got the Minnesota Vikings getting Justin Jefferson?
Justin Jefferson.
Oh, yeah,
it was a very big pickup.
The Vikings had a really good draft, actually.
They actually really did.
And you even got the most problematic situation in Green Bay with Jordan Love going to the Green Bay Packers.
Okay, I think it's going to be fun. I've been talking to a couple of Green Bay fans, and they think that Aaron Rodgers has the ability to finish out his 3-year contract.
Rodgers says he wants to play into his 40s.
Yeah,
It
and
won't
he
be
still
for Green
has.
Bay.
He just signed. Yeah, he just signed in a fresh 3
I'm
years.
saying it right now. He won't be at Green Bay.
I would say if he doesn't get traded within a year or
No,
two,
he'll sign somewhere else.
he'll
Well,
wait
guys,
his contract out and sign with somebody else.
Yeah.
give it till next year. It's going to be Aaron Rodgers in New England.
So that'll be interesting.
Hey,
Nah, I already got
playing with me now.
I already got an idea with New England, but I ain't saying it because I don't want it to happen.
All right. So with that being said, who do you think won the draft?
Vikings.
I still stick with my original thought a little bit. I really do think the Denver Broncos. I think they just had a solid. I've been thinking about it, and I really do think.
It's right there between with the Vikings and Broncos, really.
Yeah, it really is. I think they all just filled good spots.
Yeah.
I say like Minnesota. I think they probably won the draft. They got like the best picks to help their team out.
I think the 49ers had a solid case for the least amount of draft picks that they had to still fill holes that they needed,
Yeah.
So I think they're up there in that top 3 of the.
I say the Vikings
drafts.
probably won the draft as well. They had a haul of picks. I wish I could finish it, but I don't know what happened. Anyways, we got to keep this thing rolling. We probably done already went into a whole freaking hour of some crap. Coaches. Cleveland Browns hired, kind of shocker, not Joe Judge, but old Minnesota Vikings offensive coordinator and Kevin Stefanski. That might be interesting. I don't know how that's going to work out.
Stefanski.
How do y'all think?
Yes, sir, ski.
I think he
All
can.
I'm saying is last time I know of an offensive coordinator becoming a head coach was Ben McAdoo and Pat Shermer. That's all I got to say.
You're right. Next head coach change. Ron Rivera went to the Washington Redskins. We've been talking about this.
Great for y'all.
Good,
it's absolutely
good
great for y'all.
Change. Much needed after the days of Jay Gruden and all that trash. Cleared out the locker room, brought in nice Ron Rivera, brought in Jack Del Rio.
You're just getting a strong leader with Super Bowl experience. That's nothing. That's something you can't. Even though they lost it, it's still Super Bowl experience, and that's something you can't really find in a decent coach nowadays.
Yep.
6-10.
Reverse those numbers. See the vision. Anyways, Joe Judge, New York Giants.
Absolutely love it.
Big LOL.
Absolutely love it. Brings in Jason Garrett as offensive coordinator. Hey.
Jason.
I'm loving it.
Andy. Jason who?
Jason Garrett. Yes, you heard that right.
Big LOL.
Hey, hold on. So you're telling me that Jason Garrett didn't have a good offense in Dallas?
Hey, this is what we're gonna do.
I mean, that's
this
fine.
What we're gonna do.
Dude, I'm
this
okay with that. I'm okay with that.
No, Shamar. No, you're not.
Shamar, we ain't going 8-8. I can tell you that right now. We're not that good yet.
My fault. I'm sorry about that.
That's to about 5.
Man, I don't want to hear you talking. You ain't getting 8-8. You ain't getting better than 8-8 either.
It's okay. We getting 10-6. Suck my nut. See the vision. See the vision.
You're a damn fool.
There we go.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, that's about right.
No.
Yeah, there we go.
Mike McCarthy, Dallas
Cowboys. Y'all some damn fools. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, Mike McCarthy too.
Fools.
Mike McCarthy, that's perfect for him right there. Mike McCarthy
8-8. Mike McCarthy 6-10.
And Matt Rule.
They're going 8-8. They'll go 8-8, 10-6.
So yeah, it was decent coach change.
Another one.
I think.
Hey, that's gonna be y'all's record.
The real winner with the coaches stuff is honestly Washington. They got the top coach on the board as fast as they could. Made the quickest bid. Fortunately, won them.
I mean, hey, that's your opinion.
You know what you made me do? You made me go.
God. All right. Anyways, I gotta run this through real quick. I'm gonna run through some free agents real fast. Dak Prescott still hasn't got signed to a contract, but he did get franchise tagged.
Andy Dalton.
Hold out year.
Hold out
year. Yeah, absolutely.
Especially when they sign the backup. When they sign the backup and give the backup the contract before they give their
more
starter.
money before you give your starter money. Yeah, sit out year. Absolutely, I would sit out.
But Dak isn't worth what he's asking anyways.
Request a trade.
I think he isn't bad. I just don't think he fits in the Cowboys system as much as people thought he was going to.
Request a trade.
I'm not gonna say anything because I ain't trying to have Cowboys fans come from my neck.
Cowboys fans suck my nuts. I hate you all.
Cowboy fans
I hate your team. I hate your fans.
All of them.
I hate your coach.
I don't care about the. I don't care about the fans.
I'm gonna have to tell my mom not to watch this episode.
I hate.
Tell her because nobody likes the Cowgirls. You know why people run around here with masks on, with cowboy masks on?
Because they grew up in the '80s when the Cowboys were winning Super Bowls.
Hey, you know what's funny?
I'll be ashamed.
Hey, you know what's funny? Let me tell a funny joke right here. So when you run around with those cloth masks on, it doesn't help you because you still have the chance to catch coronavirus, other than the time that Dez didn't catch it. Anyways, on to the next. On to the next one.
Oh, fuck Cowboys.
On to the next one. Drew
Brees didn't catch it.
And
he didn't catch it. He didn't catch it.
And then, of course, the biggest one, Jack Sauce. Tom Brady is now the quarterback for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Congratulations, Tom.
2 years, $50 million.
We're gonna miss you, buddy. Love you. Thank you for the 6 rings.
Jack, don't act like you're gonna miss him. You're gonna watch him every game.
Oh, I'm gonna sort of watch every Buccaneers game that is broadcast to see him play. But that's and honestly, I'm probably gonna see more Tampa Bay games than I see New England games in a year. So I'm okay with that.
And they got Gronk.
Yeah, that team is going to be absolutely dirty to watch. I'm okay with watching them. Honestly, I'm gonna miss them because they're not on our team.
And they got Mike Evans. Woo.
And they're going to go 7-9.
Tom Brady finally has a receiver.
I know that we're going – oh, God, yeah.
Besides Randy Moss.
Right.
I would say other than Randy Moss, and Antonio was kind of there. I would say,
it's been a while since he's had a good receiver. Let's just say that. Like a elite receiver.
Elite receiver,
all right,
yeah.
All right. Like I said, 8-8. Phillip Rivers.
Receiver.
Phillip Rivers goes for Colts.
Who didn't have an elite receiver?
Who?
Just Shamar, don't ignore that.
You said it's been a while.
I gotta keep
the
this
Patriots.
going.
Randy Moss.
Yeah,
Jameis Winston signed with the Saints, which was a big shocker.
Who?
Superstar. He's good, but not.
He's not elite.
Not elite. Yeah.
Bruh. You're gonna put him in a category.
Can be a Hall of Famer, but
you're putting him in a category with Randy Moss and Mike Evans. Hell no.
Okay, guys. Okay.
Jameis got how many got? He got 1, 2, 3, and Mike Evans got So, I mean,
it's a fair point, but he might have 3 with fucking around Tom Brady.
Jameis
he only get one. He only get one.
I said, he only get one. 8-8. Jameis Winston signed with the Saints. What are your thoughts about that? Can
nobody care about that?
I almost forgot about that. Honestly,
he's not playing. He's not playing. He's not going to play.
My PC battery's running low.
He's not going to play.
Oh, jeez.
We'll see.
Bro, he gonna go from stealing crab legs to stealing gumbo.
Yeah, okay. Byron Jones to the Dolphins.
He just wanted his money, plain and simple.
Teddy Bridgewater to the Panthers.
Honestly, a good signing.
Jack Conklin to the Browns.
That's going to be maybe decent if they can figure out what's going on over there in Cleveland.
Dante Fowler to the Falcons.
That was a very good pickup.
Yep.
James Bradbury to the Giants. LOL.
That actually might be decent, depending.
Shut up, bro. I'm done with your dumb ass.
For 3 years.
I'm done with your dumb ass.
Thank God Ron did not bring him.
Man, shut the hell up. Just man, shut up until you win a Super Bowl.
Thank God. Thank
God.
you.
Man, just shut the hell up till you win a Super Bowl.
They've won one, but they, it's just been a
when
minute.
it ain't been in this. It ain't been in 2000s.
Hey, wait a minute. Hey, 2 of those years it was on it was NFL lockdown. Put 2 down. The reserves playing each other. That don't count.
They're still on team. They're still on team.
No.
Hey.
No. That's like that's like watching the NBA and seeing Troy Daniels start.
Hey, don't you disrespect the man, the myth.
No.
First of all, it still rings and way more than your trash-ass team has. So,
make it to the playoffs again.
Robbie Anderson to the Panthers. Big move, Robbie Anderson to the Panthers. Austin Hooper to the Browns. Kind of a shocker there.
Jack Sauce died on us.
Damn, R.I.P.
I'm good. I plugged it up just in time. Okay. Oh, God. I'm here.
Kyle Van Noy to the Dolphins.
Don't worry, I'm just going to stay out for a little bit. Just keep going.
Bro, it seems like everybody going to the Dolphins just wanted to get their money.
Melvin Gordon to the Broncos. Xavier Rhodes to the Colts. Rashad Perryman to the Jets. Clinton Dix to the Cowboys. No one really cares. Demarius Randall, he went to the Raiders. Kendall Fuller came home, back to the Redskins.
Came home.
It's honestly a solid pickup for him.
I mean, hey, I guess.
And look,
He was
Nelson
never going to be gone if it wasn't
to
for
the Raiders.
Bruce Allen.
Oh, and the most strangest one, Jason Witten to the Raiders.
You need a little veteran presence, and he's good with the younger people that they have.
Emmanuel Sanders to the Saints. Marcus Mariota to the Raiders. You could see him competing with Derek Carr if he doesn't get his shit together. Eric Ebron to the Steelers. Vic Beasley to the Titans. Nelson Aguilar to the Raiders.
Who's trying to fly me out to Vegas to see the new stadium?
Daryl McCoy to the Cowboys, and then Sean Davis.
Flights out to Vegas are actually super cheap still. I mean, honestly, it's not a terrible idea.
Top 100 free agents.
Man, I want to go see a game in that stadium, bro. That shit's nice.
It's probably going to cost $1 billion, but we can figure it out.
I don't get on planes.
I gotta go when the Redskins play the Raiders, though. So
I don't get on planes. I don't get on planes. Y'all got it.
I'm driving.
I ain't been on one either. So
No,
y'all don't
I'll see y'all there.
Y'all don't want to go on a cross country road trip.
No.
Let's drive to Vegas. Why not?
Dude, let's do it.
I mean, it can't be that far, can it?
Bro, I mean it's
like
far,
a day,
but
bro.
Like it's a day. It's over a day.
Definitely more than a day.
It's like a week.
Definitely
It's like a good.
That's probably be day and a half. I'd probably say in 30.
I'm saying like 3.
It's a week nonstop. So imagine you guys stop for food each and every day. Like it's a week.
Yeah, but like Shamar, think this though.
It takes like 1 day.
Shamar, think
I was
this,
correct
though.
at first.
Shamar, think this. You get you like an RV or sprinter van or something. It'd be all right.
1 day and 8 hours.
I mean, that's not terrible. You get you a nice little car.
That doesn't include traffic, but I mean, I guess depending on what's going on at the time, you never know.
Traffic,
yeah. You never know. You don't know where you're going, what states and cities you're going through.
Middle of the desert.
You gotta talk about the gas, the RV fill up and all that. Oh,
where the hell is the RV? Who's taking an RV?
I said, imagine like an RV or a sprinter van.
I was about to say, what the hell? You taking now?
I said that when Shamar said a week. So I said,
you think you're taking
like
one of our cars? Uncomfortable and stuff. You guys, man, you got me messed up.
Take a sprinter van. Take a sprinter van, bro.
All right, go ahead. Rent out a damn car. See how much that's going to cost you, and then take it all the way to.
Yeah, just go to Enterprise. Get a Honda Odyssey. And we're good.
I got the hook up on rental cars. We Gucci.
All you gotta do is fix up the camper, fix it up.
No.
Tie it to a hitch. Let's go. Let's roll.
Negative.
That thing's not making it out of the backyard.
Negative. All right, top available free agents: Cam Newton, Clowney.
You actually want to hear an interesting thought on that?
Logan
I got an interesting thought
Ryan,
on a couple of these.
Cam Newton to the Panthers.
Delaney Walker,
No.
Flacco, Eli Apple, Damon Harrison, Snacks.
I'm surprised he's still out there. That's one of my big surprises.
Boy, he's 30-something.
Yeah, he's 30-something, but he might. I feel like he could land a veteran contract somewhere.
I say he goes back to Detroit, if anything, and then retires.
I could see that. That would definitely happen.
If we didn't have
predictions for top available free agents before we wrap this thing up.
I think Cam is either going to end up somewhere like Denver, possibly on a maybe 1 to 2 year contract, just to help out maybe the possibility that Drew Lock isn't the guy, and you never know. They still need a quarterback. They did lose Joe Flacco. Another possibility, kind of just deep in my mind, is possibly, and this is a little bit of a stretch, but maybe the Falcons. They need a little younger, another icon, and Matty Ice has been kind of cold for a little bit.
Just stop where you're at.
Cam on the Falcons, though.
Yeah, just the little. I think it's a stretch. I think. Because, how young Matty Ice still is, and his development has just been up and down, in my opinion. I think he could fit somewhere in the Falcons system. If they get rid of the head coach, that's another thing.
Matt Ryan will be there until he dies.
I'm going to go with my theory that I had for Jameis Winston, but since Jameis got picked up by the Saints, I'm going to say that Cam Newton gets signed to Pittsburgh, goes to the Steelers, and takes over Big Ben.
Big Ben's playing.
Yeah, but he doesn't have a lot of time left on the clock. You sign him for the right amount for a couple years.
I know, but I'm just saying. I don't think they're going to sign him now.
Yeah, that's a good choice.
They signed Cam Newton. He's taking Big Ben's job. Just saying.
I think the Giants are going to sign Logan Ryan now.
I think
which would be a good pickup for us.
Logan Ryan, I see honestly going to the Jets.
I think the Giants are going to hop on him
because he's going to New York. He's either going
I think
to the
he's going to go.
I
think he's coming to the Giants simply because we need to hop on a cornerback now after DeAndre Baker. Yeah.
You're right.
You're talking about Eli Apple.
Eli Apple.
Either him or Logan Ryan. But I think Eli Apple was drafted by Gettleman, and we cut him because he was trash.
He is trash. He's never lived up to his height.
Well, I know that, but he actually was. He was better than he ever has been with the Saints last year. So
it'll be interesting to see.
But I want Logan Ryan. I don't want Eli Apple again. Can't trust him. That's all I'm saying. And he lost the Tech when we beat Ohio State.
One thing I forgot to tell y'all guys. So it's been talks that the Eagles are talking to Javanian Clowney.
Javon Clowney.
I think that'd be a really good fit.
Avion, whatever.
Whatever.
I mean, hey,
he should come over to the Patriots.
I can see it though. Space. I can see it for real.
Just saying. Got cap space. Would love another solid linebacker.
I bet you would.
I think Clowney will go back to Seattle.
I think so too.
All right, so let's wrap this up real quick. It's going to be speed round, fast predictions. Tell me who you think is going to win each division. AFC East, who do you got winning?
The Bills.
The Bills, Marty Marr.
AFC East.
Yes.
Bills.
P. Diddy.
Bills.
All right. Bills.
I mean, who else is in that division? I can't even remember besides the Patriots.
Dolphins, Patriots, and Jets.
Yeah, Bills. Yeah.
Bills.
Yeah.
All right, AFC North.
Unless Bill Belichick pulls something out of his ass.
Hey.
AFC North.
Yep.
Let's go with the Ravens.
Ravens.
Jacksonville.
Bengals.
Bing.
Oh.
Yo.
It's early.
Yo.
I called it.
Yo, okay.
Hey, you know what I got to do? You
know
what I got to do?
Early. I called it.
All right, PJ.
Hey, no, for a fact, they're going to be the best team in Ohio.
Yeah. That's not wrong.
All right. P. Diddy, who do you think?
Ravens.
All right. AFC South.
You ain't been answering these.
I said Ravens.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Let's go with the Colts, and I actually think that the Colts could possibly make it to the Super Bowl.
You're going to the Colts? Okay.
Whoa.
Colts.
Okay, hot take. Hot take.
Jack Sauce, I got a hot take for this one.
Jesus, this is very tough. It's just I want to say the Colts too because I like what they've done and in a whole, but I don't think they can. I just feel like Brady has something in him.
Well, Brady.
Huh?
But wait, no, I'm thinking about NFC. Sorry, I'm Tennessee. I'm gonna go Tennessee.
Tennessee, Marty Marr. You say Colts, P Diddy.
Colts.
I want to go Indianapolis, but I mean I also want to go the Texans, even though the Texans lost like half their team and DeAndre Hopkins. There's just something about Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
So I think Colts and Texans are gonna fight it out. I don't know who's gonna come up on top yet, but I think those two are gonna be on the top.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Colts. All right, AFC West.
So you can't count out Patty Mahomes, but then the Chargers look good, but they ain't got a quarterback. But then you got the Denver Broncos, but they ain't got a quarterback. So I'm gonna go with the team that got a quarterback. Let's go with Patrick Mahomes.
Jack's off.
Denver.
P Diddy.
Bruh.
P Diddy.
The Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Yes.
Denver. Y'all ready?
I'm also gonna go ahead and say this too. Chiefs go to the Super Bowl.
You
again.
better not say the Raiders.
Hot
I know
take?
what you go. You better not say Raiders.
Y'all ready,
Chiefs go to the Super Bowl again.
y'all ready for the hot take?
What?
New city, Derek Carr, new energy.
I'll tell you.
Raiders take the division.
Well, I'll tell you.
I thought I was crazy for picking Denver.
You wasn't crazy. He just denied. He's senile.
I'm not though.
He got Alzheimer's.
All I'm saying is the Raiders are going to be in last place because all the players are going to be in the strip clubs and gambling too late.
Last place, but you got to think they're in a new city. They've got a whole little.
Yeah, they're in a new city. They're going to be in the strip clubs all night.
They got a redo going on. Derek Carr.
This ain't the Knights.
Break years.
This is not the Knights.
Derek Carr is on a make or break year.
And
it's not the Knights.
It's
not the Knights.
And if it's anything like the Knights, that shit would happen.
You know they are.
It ain't nothing like it. It ain't nothing like it.
NFC West.
So you got
Seahawks, 49ers, Rams, Cardinals.
49. You know what? Let's go with the Cardinals. I'm just gonna go with the Cardinals.
Sleeper on the Cardinals.
D-Hop.
Offensive line.
D-Hop and Kyler Murray.
And Kyler Murray.
Fitzgerald. And Fitzgerald. Because Fitzgerald catches everything. He only has 27 drops in his whole career. Catches everything.
I'm going with Seattle.
Okay. P. Diddy.
Seattle.
All right. I'm gonna go with San Fran again this year. NFC South.
Here's where I was getting confused. I always think Indianapolis is in here for some reason. But,
let's go. I'm gonna go with the Saints for the first year because Brady gotta get used to the system down there and everything. So let's go with the Saints for the first year.
Okay.
I'm gonna say Tampa Bay. I don't think it's gonna affect Brady at all. It's Brady.
Yeah, I'm going Tampa. That defense is nice. Shaquille Barrett's a monster. Brady's got himself a good receiver.
The Saints got Malcolm Jenkins. They took Malcolm Jenkins from us.
Bruh. Malcolm Jenkins is 30 years old.
Anyways.
30 years old, still move like he's 21. What's your point?
I kind of want to do a hot
hey, all I'm saying is fuck the Saints and fuck their fans. They crap too much.
It's all right. They'll probably choke anyways.
I know.
A hot take? It's early. Should I do a hot take? Fuck it, I'm doing a hot take.
You can say Carolina.
Carolina Panthers.
Yeah, it's a good take, honestly.
All right, you tripping today.
I think Atlanta's going to be last in the division either way.
All right, NFC North.
Ooh,
Minnesota. I'm gonna start Minnesota.
Yeah, I'm going Minnesota.
I'm gonna go with the Bears because I feel like Nick Foles is gonna start at one point. I'm going with the Bears.
Anyways,
Even with quarterback troubles, the Green Bay Packers are still gonna do better than the Bears.
Packers.
Hold on.
They got Khalil Mack.
Quarterback
Khalil Mack is a
troubles.
different.
Packers are winning.
Or what? The dilemma, the quarterback
Minnesota Vikings
dilemma.
aren't winning because they still got Kirk Cousins, and now Kirk Cousins doesn't have a damn receiver other than
They got Justin
Thielen.
They lost Diggs, and now they have Thielen.
He's got Justin Jefferson.
And I was say they picked up a good one. I think they'll be fine. Packers probably.
NFC East. Here we go. Let the truth come out. You want me to go first?
Man, get your ass on and say it. Just say it.
Philadelphia Eagles.
Philadelphia.
Dallas 8-8.
Philadelphia 10-6.
Dallas 8-8.
Philadelphia 10-6.
Philadelphia at the top.
Redskins will be on the bottom.
No, wait a minute. So, okay, so I'm gonna give credit. Redskins will be number 2. Dallas will be 3.
This is where I actually agree with Marty Marr.
You're right. You're very right.
Y'all some damn fools.
No, you gotta think about because like Dallas, their team is already good.
Who the hell is the Redskins quarterback? Kyle Allen? Hell no, bro.
Think about wait a minute.
Whoa! You mean Dwayne Haskins?
The progression of Dwayne Haskins.
You mean Kyle Allen, the guy you traded for?
You mean when Dwayne Haskins goes completely off this year on the league?
Okay.
Wait a minute. Let me break it down real quick.
If their line can figure everything out with the receiving core that they have and his consistency, he'll be fine.
So butthurt that they
I'm
Daniel Jones.
I also I'm very interested about the Giants because they do have an offensive line. I want to see them. It's going to be interesting.
Let me break it down real quick. So this is how it's going to be. So Dallas is a good team. They've always been a good team. It's a coaching problem. I still feel like they're going to have that coaching problem. So they're going to be 8-8 for the first year. Giants is just they don't have like they don't really have – they have some players, but I don't think that coach is going to be like that. Like I don't really feel that. The Eagles is going to be number 1 because they just used to it. And so the Redskins are going to be right there, not because of the offense, but because of the defense. That's the only reason the Redskins will be second.
The Redskins, here's my predictions about the Redskins. The Redskins are going to be carried by two factors. Their defense, and Dwayne Haskins is going to put the offense on his back. Those are the 2 factors. That's how
I don't believe Dwayne gonna put it on his back. If anything, anything is y'all gonna go more into like a run because that's like Ron's style is run most of the time because he ran Cam like a lot. Like that
could be a lot of RPO reads.
Scott Turner.
Short, a couple over the top, not a lot. It's gonna fit Haskins. It's gonna be a Haskins fit,
which means Haskins is going to put the offense on his back.
We'll see when it happens.
I think it's gonna be a balance between everything.
Another Redskins. Redskins get the wild card spot.
And plus, I think Haskins is a better quarterback than Daniel Jones. I think he's a better quarterback than Daniel Jones.
I mean, hey.
I think the biggest thing with Jones was he just couldn't hold on to the ball. If that wasn't his plague issue, I feel like he would be one of the better rookie quarterbacks.
I don't think it's going to be a problem this year.
I think I really do hope that with the acquisitions they've made with the front line that they progress a little forward. I think the East is honestly open for grabs for anybody this year. It can be anybody's
open
game.
For grabs.
It's always open.
The Redskins was like what? When they like the Redskins was like 6-8 and still had a chance to win the playoff. Yeah. Go into the playoffs,
it's really just the usual case. It's just super open, but I think they're all making strides.
Redskins and Giants are going to be 3 and 4.
With that being said, it'll be interesting to see.
I think Carson Wentz gets hurt again, and I think that's why Philly will be 2.
It'll be all right. We'll see where it goes. This has been a long-ass episode. I don't even know the time limit on this thing. It'll be interesting to see. But KingTy signing off. Another great episode. As always.
Don't worry, we won't be last.
Hey, when are you mentioning the thing?
What thing?
It's football.
Huh?
I can't. I mean, I don't want to say it. Football. ESPN.
Are you ready for some football?
Yeah.
We already mentioned that. We mentioned that in our 1 year anniversary episode.
Did we?
Yeah.
I got you.
Yep. P Diddy's a little late, guys. It's all right.
Sleep schedule. This quarantine sleep schedule got me screwed up, bro.
Hit us up.
Oh yeah, I didn't even give plugs, but whatever.
Hit us up.
Do all that stuff.
Sauce OTR.